All right, we're about to look under the hood of a global giant as it completely overhauls its engine. And I mean, this is not just some minor tune-up. It's a story of how two absolute titans of industry are betting their entire future on the power of artificial intelligence.
And honestly, the stakes could not be higher. Right at the heart of this huge transformation, you've got two global leaders joining forces. They're betting that AI isn't just another tool in the toolbox, but the actual key to their next chapter of growth. So, who are we talking about? On one side, you've got ABB, a massive global leader in electrification and automation. And on the other, Tata Consultancy Services, or TCS, a powerhouse in IT services. They're taking a partnership that's already nearly 2 decades old and just injecting it with a massive dose of AI.
So let's just quickly get our bearings here. You have ABB, the company that literally builds the technology that powers entire industries. And then you have TCS, the consulting and IT firm that helps huge companies like ABB navigate this super complex digital world. I mean, both are absolute leaders in what they do.
And here is the headline, the big news. After 18 years of working together, they are doubling down big time. And the goal? Well, it's to build a brand new AI-powered digital backbone for ABB, one that's designed to carry them way into the future.
But you know, this isn't just about chasing the latest shiny tech. This entire overhaul is actually a direct response to a massive challenge that pretty much every global company is wrestling with right now. Seriously, think about it for a second. If you're a company the size of ABB, with operations all over the planet, how on earth do you keep everything running smoothly, securely, and efficiently, while also trying to innovate faster than everybody else? Yeah, that one big question, it breaks down into a minefield of real-world problems. You're trying to manage these aging legacy systems against this just relentless pace of innovation. You're fighting off constant security threats while also facing pressure to be more cost-effective, more agile. It is a massive, high-stakes balancing act. So how do you solve a seemingly impossible juggling act? Well, ABB and TCS are betting everything on an AI-powered fix. They are not just patching up the old system, they're building an entirely new, intelligent foundation right from the ground up. They call it the Future Hosting Model. Now, I know it sounds a little technical, but the idea behind it is actually refreshingly simple. Build an IT infrastructure that's so smart it can predict problems before they even happen, and so flexible it can adapt to new demands on the fly. And this whole vision, it unfolds in 4 key steps. First, you modernize all that old tech. Then, you automate everything you possibly can to speed things up. Next, you migrate to the cloud to get that agility. And finally, you orchestrate the whole shebang, making sure the entire system is stable and completely bulletproof. Now, the engine that's driving this entire transformation is a TCS platform called the Zero Ops Framework. And it's designed to do something pretty radical. Create IT systems that can essentially run themselves with almost no human intervention.
And listen to how TCS's Anupam Singhal puts it. He talks about a core that will unlock unprecedented levels of efficiency, autonomy, and innovation. Just think about that for a second. A system that doesn't just run, but actually learns, heals itself, and gets better on its own.
And right on cue, Alec Giordano, the CIO over at ABB, he echoes this perfectly. For them, this isn't just about cutting costs. It's about building a foundation for speed and reliability. And those are the 2 things that translate directly into better products and services for their own customers.
Of course, a transformation this massive doesn't just happen overnight, and it for sure doesn't happen between strangers. No, this whole move is built on a foundation of trust that's been years and years in the making.
18 years, to be exact. That is nearly 2 decades of building the kind of deep trust and mutual understanding that you absolutely need to even attempt to pull off a project of this scale.
You can really see the evolution of their partnership right here. You know, it started with that foundational work, things like consolidating data centers. Today, it's all about deploying cutting-edge AI for predictive operations, and all of it, every step, is in service of powering ABB's future growth.
So what does this all really add up to? Let's zoom out a little and look at the real-world impact of this massive AI overhaul. I mean, why should we care about this deal?
Well, at its core, the change is incredibly simple, but also profound. They are moving from a reactive, manual world to a predictive, automated one. It's a huge shift away from humans constantly fighting fires towards an AI-driven system that prevents those fires from ever even starting. And the business outcomes? They're huge.
For ABB, this means they can innovate faster, they become way more nimble for things like mergers or acquisitions, and they can seriously boost their security. Oh, and there's a really critical bonus. By moving to a cloud-first model, they're also shrinking their carbon footprint, which just goes to show that smart business can, and really should, be sustainable business. So this whole partnership leaves us with one massive question. We've just watched one global giant use AI to rebuild its entire core for the future. So is this what we're about to see everywhere? An AI-driven, autonomous, operational model that becomes the new blueprint, not just for survival, but for absolute leadership across every single major industry? Something to think about.